Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to Coding with Dishi. In this video, we are going to talk about one super interesting topic in programming. Stick to one programming language and be an expert on it, or should you learn many programming languages kind of at the same time? In other words, is specialize versus generalize in computer science. So, that's the question. Learn and focus on one, or divide your time learning many of them. Okay, many technologies. It could be applied to programming languages or to frameworks, any technology. So, as always, in this kind of topics, the answer is super personal and there is no absolutely truth on this. It's an opinion, my friends. So, let's do the following. First, see what specialized means in this context. What's that opinion? Then we're gonna see what's generalized and what means in this context. And then I'm gonna see my take on this. Okay? So, let's start with specialized. So, basically the idea of specialized is spending the 100% of the time in one thing. If you have 100 hours to study, spend all of them in the same technology. Choose one programming language, choose one framework, and go full on it. Don't waste time in other technologies. So maybe you can choose JavaScript and don't learn anything about Python, Java, Go, any other programming language. Maybe you should choose React as a front-end framework and don't learn anything about Angular, about Vue.js or others. Okay, so that's this opinion and that's how it works. Maybe 100%, maybe 95%, 90% is basically the same. It's basically that you're going to spend almost all of your time in the same thing. On the opposite side, there is this other opinion that if you have 100 hours, let's say, and you have 10 technologies to learn, you're going to spend 10% time in each of them, right? So you're going to divide them and learn many things at the same time. Many programming languages, many technologies, whatever. Okay, so these are the two opposite opinions. What is my take on this? What's my opinion to succeed as a software developer? Well, my answer is both. But it depends on 100%, it depends on what stage of your career are you. So I will say that first, specialize. Okay? First, specialize. If you're in the beginning of your career, you should specialize on one thing. Become an expert. Crush it. Learn in a superficial way all the technologies that you need to know, right? But just in a superficial way. This is this 20%. But spend at least 80% of your time in one thing. Okay? Superficially, when I say this 20%, superficially means to use them in actual projects. Not just reading about them, not just watching videos about them, but using in actual projects. Really learn them, but not in the same depth, in the same amount of hours that you're going to spend in your main dish, right? So, spend most of your time in one thing, but spend some time in learning the others in a superficial way. Cool, so if you have 100 hours to study, I will recommend that if you're in the beginning of your career, spend 80% time in one technology, like 80 hours of the 100, for example, and let's say that you spend 80% on front-end stack, right? JavaScript, HTML, CSS, only one framework like React or Angular, whatever you choose, but only one, right? That 80% of your time on that, and then 20% of your time in learning the basics and actual hands-on on the other technologies around them. Let's say databases, let's say one backend language, let's say Git, let's say other things that you need to know, but just in a superficial way. Okay, so that's my take on this. But let's ask a super interesting question that you are going to be interested in. Do you know who makes more money as developer? Yes, this one. The one who specializes. As developer, I'm saying as programmer, right? As a software developer, the one that makes more money is the one that is a super specialist in one thing. The one that is super good at Amazon Web Services. The one that is super good at JavaScript, at anything. If you are hiring developers, you're going to want to, in the ideal case, you want someone that is really specialized in what you are wanting. Okay, that's the one that makes more money as software developer. But then when you are in a level that you can say that you are an expert on something, I will recommend you to generalize, to spend more time in other things. So then you can become an engineering lead. Then you can become a VP of engineering. Then you can become a CTO. Then you can become just a technical lead project, right? At that point, yes, you should get many more skills, and you are now in a position that it makes sense to go and learn them. Okay, so yeah, that's my take on this. I hope this is super useful for you. This discussion that is always in the computer science community around, I mean, everywhere. So I'm really interested in what are your take on this, right? What's your take on this? Leave it in the comments below because I'm super interested in it. Yes, let me know. I know that there are a lot of opinions. Maybe you agree with what I'm saying, maybe you disagree, but let me know in the comments below. Please subscribe to the channel, smash the like button if you enjoyed this video, and yeah, see you in the next one.